at it now with the simulation. So in the last video, I made the Earth spin very, very fast to try to convince you that there is a star in the center of it all, right under the axis of rotation of the Earth, which is the North Star, or Polaris. I hope that you were convinced of that. So let me get back to becoming a better camper and getting you a bit familiar with the night sky now. So if you were camping, or just even tonight you went out and looked around, this is sort of what you'd see, and it's very confusing. You know, you can look to the north, you can look to the west. Looks like Venus is up there. Again, it's not really fair to use the simulator because you wouldn't have known that, although Venus is very, very bright. And the south. But let's just look to the north for a minute here because I'm trying to get you started on the sky. So it is best indeed as you begin your tour of the sky to go out and look north. And don't be shy about getting your phone or a compass out to orient yourself north. If you're not familiar with what direction north is from where you happen to be, that's fine. But just look in the northern sky. So what we do now is just say, okay, I can't make the Earth spin very fast when I'm actually on the Earth, so we're not going to do that anymore. So how do I go about finding the North Star and, say, the Big Dipper? Well, you just have to start looking. You have to be patient, open your eyes, and just and I know your eyes are open, but I mean by opening your eyes and being out for a while, your pupils start to expand and your eyes become dark adapted, and so the sky becomes a little brighter for you and you can see things easier, like you were just coming from inside your house where all the lights were on. It does take you maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes for your eyes to become adapted to the night sky so you can start to see the stars a little brighter. So you might need to spend a little time outside, but that's the whole goal of this. And so I start looking around and go, well, you know, there's some stars here and some stars here. And I see something that might look like a little bit like a handle here, but I don't really see the bowl. And I'm just sort of looking around. But then suddenly as you look around, and you'll just have to discover, you know, your mode of doing this, I start to see a bowl right here. I start to see a handle right here. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 stars that make the handle of the Big Dipper, and then there's the bowl. So indeed, at this time of the night, the Big Dipper is there in structure, but it's upside down. But as I mentioned in another video, it won't always be right side up. So there's the Big Dipper right there. I found it. And it just takes a little time and practice to do this, but eventually you'll get the hang of it. And what about my problems with the pointer stars? Well, if here's the handle of the Big Dipper and here's the ball right here, we said that these 2 stars on the edge here are the pointer stars. So do they point at the North Star? Well, let's see. If I start here and go up, is that the North Star? No, that's not the North Star because this is even the wrong direction. We don't go this way. We go in the direction of the opening of the bowl. So we start here and go down this way. And as promised, there just aren't a lot of stars around. There's a few faint ones here and maybe over here, but they're sort of off the line, you know, of the pointer stars here. So I just don't see very much. Really just avoid there. There's one here, but it's off the line. But if I just sort of keep going, suddenly, blammo, right there. I hit sort of a brightish star, and that will be the North Star. If you don't believe me, I can speed the time up really quickly again like this, and you can see that indeed is the star that everything seems to be rotating around. So I found the North Star, but it's the Big Dipper that I started with. So that's how you get yourself used to working with the night sky, almost like the map of the states that I showed you in a previous video. You have to get some pattern that you can sort of lock your eyes onto to orient yourself. As I said, it's very difficult just to go outside, look up at all the little white dots and expect to understand anything. And so once again, on question number 15, the North Star is easy to find because it's so bright, right? No, that's not right. If you go out and look around, there's plenty of other brighter objects like there and there. And if you look in the wrong direction, the planet Venus here will be extremely bright and whatever. But so that's not how you find the North Star. It's definitely a note to that. It's just sort of a, you know, I read somewhere, I forgot what it is, the 30th or 50th brightest star in the sky. I forgot. You can look that up. But it's found using these pointer stars of the Big Dipper. And so I think if you can just do this, go outside some point and just do this, you know, you're on your way to understanding the night sky. And just a couple things here. The first thing is that when you look at the Big Dipper in the sky, it is absolutely enormous. This solar system simulator that I'm running doesn't do it justice at all. It's really something to behold. When you see the Big Dipper, you can almost hold your arms completely spread out to sort of hug the Big Dipper. It's that large. So it's quite awe-inspiring to do this. The Big Dipper is very large when you see it in the sky. You'll be surprised. The other thing that I want to tell you, number 2 here, was that depending on what time of the season it is and what time of the night it is, I tell you the Big Dipper won't always be upside down or right side up. So as you can see here, as the sky rotates, let me just let it come around a little bit. Some night, somewhere, some year from now, some location you're at, whatever, you might come out to go, oh, I'm going to try to navigate around the sky at night and see what I can find. The Big Dipper might be like this. So you'll come out and you'll sort of look around and go, well, oh, maybe here's the handle right here, or maybe this is it, and you just, no, not quite, not quite. But then you sort of start to see this pattern emerge again. There's that handle right there, and there's the bowl. And if I come all the way over here like this, there's the North Star. So you can expect the Big Dipper to be in any orientation, and sometimes it can get to be very difficult because you can see what's about to happen. You might be out sometime at night. Let me turn that sky off there. You might not come out some kind of time of night where the Big Dipper gets below the horizon like this. You might start getting blocked either by mountains or trees or even the real horizon itself that you just can't see. Maybe it's going to be something like this. You'd be like, wow, this is going to be hard to find because you can't really, I can grab the mouse and move things up and down, but you can't really do that in real life. So you have to be very careful. If you're really not finding the North Star in the Big Dipper, you might have to acknowledge that the Big Dipper is just below the horizon. So, well, you have to imagine, well, okay, it looks like these are the handles right here. And if those are the handles, then the bowl must be somewhere over here. And so maybe that's the tip of the pointer star. That's Doobie right there. And in fact, it is. And it points up to the North Star. So sometimes the Big Dipper just isn't going to be completely visible for you, but it's just the way it goes out there, right? You're going to be an astronomer. You have to get used to these things. Other times, maybe you'll just get, maybe you'll just see the bowl of it right here. Here's the bowl of the Big Dipper. The handle is completely below the horizon, but nonetheless, the pointer stars are still there doing their job, pointing us up at the North Star like that. So you sort of have to be prepared for that kind of thing as well to happen. And other times, well, here's just another example. You'll come on out like this, and the Big Dipper might just be completely sideways like that on either side like this. So there's the handle, there's the bowl, but again, the pointer stars are still there doing its job, telling you where north is. So you just have to be ready for this kind of thing. But if I were you, it's that very familiar bowl pattern of the Big Dipper that I would always try to find first. And keep in mind, it is huge. I'll tell you about how big it is in the next couple of videos, but it's just, like I said, really something to behold. It takes up a good swath of your field of view that you're looking at to see this thing. So, okay,